Every week we are joined by Phil Harding, who wants to give our viewers a look into real cases. So what are we talking about today, Phil?
I am going to go over a real case that I handled, and this is where a car ran into a bicyclist. We're going to see what laws apply. We're going to talk about subrogation, and we're also going to talk about stacking insurance. Even though you're on a bike, your car insurance may cover you.
So if a car runs into a pedestrian or bicyclist, whose insurance covers what?
Let's go through the facts, and we're going to talk about the specific facts on this case. First of all, here's the facts. The person was driving a friend's car. He hit the bicyclist, which was my client. The bicyclist had a broken femur, off work for 2 months, and there was about $70,000 in medical bills.
Wow. So whose insurance is responsible for paying for the injury?
Here's the misnomer. First of all, remember, when you are injured, the other side's going to call you up and they're going to say, hey, it's our fault. Please send us all your medical bills because we want to pay for them. They're lying to you. They write one check and only one check at the very end. So what the bicyclist did, which they should do, is have their health insurance pay for everything. And then the health insurance might be able to subrogate. So what you're going to be looking at, and let's talk about this. When someone runs into you, there are different levels of insurance. First of all, you look at the owner of the car. And generally, the driver of the car and the owner of the car are the same. But a lot of times, if you borrow someone's car, you borrow their insurance. So in my scenario, this individual borrowed the car. So I went after the owner of the car first, and then I used the driver of the car to supplement. Now, here's something else that's really weird. If you have a car, you automatically have what's known as uninsured, underinsured, right? And so if you ever get in a wreck, or if you're injured by a car, you're walking down the street, you're on a skateboard, you're on a bike, your uninsured, underinsured covers you. Doesn't matter if you're here in Denver or you're in San Francisco or Seattle, it covers you. So this is really important to know how to stack these things, because if you properly stack them, first of all, in that scenario, let me tell you, the owner of the car only had $25,000 for my client, so that doesn't even touch the medical bills. So that's why we're able to stack the owner of the car, then the driver of the car, and then their own uninsured, underinsured.
That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So since health insurance paid for medical billings, do you have to pay back to the health insurance?
Generally, you do. And what happens is your health insurance is going to send you a letter and say you have to pay us back. But now here's a really powerful law in Colorado. It's called Colorado's Make Whole Law. And what it says is if you have health insurance, and well, let's talk about this billing first of all to start off with. The other side, remember how I told you that they want to see the medical bills? The reason why they want to see the medical bills, because on this, if you have health insurance, everyone calls these EOBs. And this billing went from Swedish to my client's health insurance, and it was $29,000. Health insurance came back and said, oh, we only pay $8,500 on that. So come back to me. What happens is you don't send that medical bill to the other side, because if you do, you're losing out on like $20,000. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You send them that bill, they say health insurance only paid $8,500, that's how much we'll pay you back. Colorado's collateral source doctrine says the other side has to pay the full billed amount, not the paid amount. And the reason why that makes sense is because you've been paying for health insurance premiums for years and years and years. Now, getting back and talking about health insurance, if you have to pay them back, if you get the full policy limits, right, from the driver of the car, the $25,000, when they send it to my client, you send a special notice that says, hey, my client is not made whole, therefore they don't have to pay back health insurance. Some complicated things here, but when you have a good attorney, you can use that collateral source doctrine, right? You only show the big amount, and also use Colorado's Make Whole Law so that you may not have to pay back health insurance. Complicated case, but great result.
All right. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for coming on every Friday. And if
You're
you
welcome.
have a question for our legal expert, go to kdvr.com and click on Colorado's Best. You're going to see Phil Harding's photo on the right. All you have to do is click there and send in your questions, and he will answer each question personally and confidentially. And to reach Harding and Associates directly, call 303-762-9500. You can also get a free consultation anytime, and you can find him online at hlaw.com. Still up ahead on